Hello again everyone, and welcome back to Learn Linux TV. In today's video, we're going to check out the latest release of Linux Mint, one of the most popular Linux distributions around. And now that version 22.3 is here, it's time to take a look. In particular, we'll be checking out the flagship edition of Linux Mint, which comes with the Cinnamon desktop. As always, I'll let you know what's new this time around, and I'll give you my thoughts. And this review might be a bit shorter than most, because Linux Mint 22.3 is more of an incremental update. And while it is a bit lighter on major new features, there's still a few notable things that are worth discussing, such as the redesigned Mint menu and updated system tools. In this video, I'll show you the new release in action, I'll highlight what Mint continues to do well, and I'll point out a few areas where there's room for improvement. And we'll get started in just a moment, but before we do, I just wanted to mention that if you are enjoying the content here on Learn Linux TV, then you should consider becoming a channel member. All you have to do is just click that join button below this video to get access to exclusive perks, such as ad-free content, as well as early access to select videos. More perks are planned in the future, and your support truly helps keep this channel going. And as always, thank you guys so much for supporting this channel, I really appreciate it. Now, let's dive into Linux Mint 22.3. First, let's talk a bit more about Linux Mint itself. Most of you watching are probably already familiar with it, since Mint is one of the most popular Linux distributions out there. But for those of you that are new, one of Mint's biggest strengths is how easy it is to use. It's an excellent choice for beginners while still being a stable and reliable platform for intermediate and advanced users who just want something that works. The thing is, Mint aims to handle as much as possible for you right out of the box. It comes pre-installed with applications for nearly every common task, including an Office suite, file manager, web browser, email client, and more. On top of that, Mint includes built-in tools for managing system updates, installing drivers, configuring the firewall, setting up backups, and it also facilitates other common administrative tasks as well. Stability is another major selling point. Linux Mint 22.3 is based on Ubuntu 24.04, which is a long-term supported release. That foundation gives Mint a solid and dependable base, making it a great choice for getting real work done without constantly worrying about breakage or other major changes. The flagship edition of Linux Mint uses the Cinnamon desktop environment, which is what I'm reviewing today. Cinnamon is fast, efficient, and highly customizable. And while it hasn't seen many major new features recently, it remains a polished and dependable desktop environment that works well for the vast majority of users. With the release of Linux Mint 22.3, you might be wondering what's new this time around. And the short answer is, not a whole lot. This is very much an incremental update, and it doesn't introduce any major new features that will dramatically change how you use your computer or suddenly make you more productive. That said, there are a few improvements that are worth highlighting. The most noticeable change is a completely redesigned application menu. While it doesn't significantly alter your workflow, it does look cleaner and more modern overall. The new menu is highly customizable, offering a variety of options that'll enable you to tailor it to fit your preferences. You could do things like enable or disable the sidebar, switch to full-color category icons, change the menu icon itself, you can add a label to it, and more. Another welcome improvement is that the System Information app is now more useful than it was before. In addition to the existing tabs, the Mint team has added new sections for USB devices, GPU, PCI, and BIOS information. And this makes it easier to see not just system details, but also what hardware is connected to your system. In fact, the BIOS section even reports whether or not Secure Boot is enabled, which is a nice touch. We'll get back to the video in just a moment, but first I want to talk about something that Linux users are passionate about. Fashion. Just kidding, we don't care. That said, society has decided a long time ago that we have to wear clothes. And if we're going to do that anyway, they might as well be comfortable, and maybe even communicate what we're passionate about. And if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that passion is Linux. And that's why I put together a little shop with Linux-themed shirts, mugs, stickers, bags, and more, stuff that lets you quietly signal what you're into. And it's not just about telling the world that you run Arch. The swag is practical, low-key, and celebrates the Linux community as a whole. Whether you're looking for a shirt to let everyone know what your favorite distro happens to be, a sleeve for your laptop, or a cheat sheet to guide you along during your Linux journey, chances are the Learn Linux TV shop has something just for you. There's no hyper trends, just things you can wear while scripting, debugging, or wondering why someone rebooted the production server at noon. So, check out the shop and support the channel. I would really appreciate that. And now, let's get back to the video. There's also a few new system utilities included in this release as well. For example, the System Administration app is brand new, and there's now a dedicated tool for managing Thunderbolt devices as well. But beyond those changes, there are many smaller refinements spread throughout the desktop, too many to list individually. Linux Mint continues to be an easy-to-use Linux distribution that appeals to a wide range of users, while handling as many common computing tasks as possible right out of the box. Even something like adding a printer is very straightforward. On my end, I simply connected my computer to the network, and Mint detected and configured my printer automatically, and it doesn't really get any easier than that. And installation is simple too. The process is nearly unchanged from previous releases, with the installer following the same familiar workflow. You could use live mode to try the distribution first and make sure that it's compatible with your computer, and when you're ready to install it, it's just a matter of launching the installer and answering a handful of questions. On most systems, installation finishes in under 10 minutes. Once you do get it installed, Linux Mint delivers one of the most complete out-of-the-box experiences that are available today. Overall, it's a solid and well-designed distribution, but it's not perfect. There are a few downsides that are worth discussing. And speaking of downsides, some of the new additions in Linux Mint 22.3 also highlight areas where the distribution seems to be struggling, and in some cases makes it seem a bit bloated. For example, the new System Administration app currently contains just one single setting, boot options. While there's certainly nothing wrong with adding new customization options, it's hard to justify introducing an entirely new application to house just one setting. From my perspective, that feels like an inefficient use of development resources, and the app itself feels incomplete as a result. A similar issue applies to the new Thunderbolt app. While it's certainly nice to have easier control over Thunderbolt devices, it's yet another standalone utility. Thunderbolt settings, for example, feel like something that could logically live in system settings, yet here we are with another utility. At this point, things are starting to feel a bit fragmented. If a new user wants to change a system-related setting, where should they look? Should they look in System Settings, maybe in System Administration, or one of the other individual configuration apps? I think it's just starting to get confusing. Perhaps more concerning is that while Cinnamon continues to add standalone configuration utilities that could arguably be merged, support for newer technologies, such as Wayland and HDR, continues to lag behind many other popular desktop environments. At this point, I'd argue that Mint would benefit from pausing the addition of new utilities and instead focus on consolidation, cleanup, and improving support for modern display technologies. I feel that if this trend continues, there's a real risk that Linux Mint could start to be seen as bloated rather than simple and easy to use, which is one of its defining strengths. And to be clear, these issues are relatively minor today, but thinking long-term, they are worth addressing. Taken as a whole, Linux Mint 22.3 feels polished and thoughtfully put together, with a strong attention to detail that reinforces Mint's reputation as a stable and refined desktop experience. All in all, Linux Mint 22.3 is a fantastic release. I do worry a bit, though. I worry that the project isn't focusing on the right things. I mean, we have new utilities that are being added, and there's new bloat being added, and meanwhile, important things such as HDR and Wayland just don't seem to get the focus that they need, and the risk here is that other desktops might leave it behind. Either way, though, I do recommend Linux Mint 22.3, and if you have a chance to check it out, let me know what you thought of this release in the comments down below. Either way, thank you so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one.